Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Gaius Julius 395 and this is Stalker Lost Alpha, part 2 of my Let's Play. Let's dive straight in. I did record 15 minutes of a Let's Play yesterday, but unfortunately I pressed F6 to quick save and stop the recording. Oh dear. So I won't do that again. So I'm going to re-record it. And this is it. I'll stop talking over the loading screen because I'm going to edit it out anyway. You'll notice that my autosave is not in the same place as it was last time. That's again because I've been playing it. So what you've missed,
hunting, Stalker.
What you've missed is I went to release a captive stalker called Fox. He's being held by a group called Sin, and they want some information on a flash drive held by Sidorovich, the trader, and I'm going to take it to them in order to let him go. So, that's you briefly caught up. Let's get on with the action. So, I thought I'd talk a little bit about Stalker and what it means to me, at the same time as talking about where it comes from, because the two are, well, not linked, but yeah, they sort of go hand in hand. So, Stalker is a game that's, you know, fairly close to my heart. I think it's definitely one of the best games of the last 10 years. I mean, look at this. This is action occurring within the game world that is totally independent of me. This is the AI Stalker group attacking or being attacked by a band of dogs, and that is completely unscripted. And this can occur anywhere within the game world, completely independent of... and now we have a helicopter appearing. That's awesome. Are these guys going to react? I wonder. So yeah, that is a great example of why I absolutely love this game. And there it is. Sweet. Hi, D. What's a Russian gunship doing here? Sorry, couldn't help myself. Yeah, that's a good example of what makes this game great. Is the sort of the AI and the sort of living, breathing world that it creates is probably one of the most convincing in games. It's much more convincing than something like Grand Theft Auto 5, which, apart from being a wonderful recreation of a city, is a simulation which is totally player-driven and player-centric. You are the center of the universe in Grand Theft Auto 5, and in most other open world games. In Stalker, you are a blip on a map. No one cares about you. No one's going to help you. And people are going to attack each other whether you're there or not. And you can get involved, you can walk on by. I think that's really cool. I think more games should do it. And the fact that they don't means that Stalker is very special and very unique. Of course, maybe I'm overstating it. You know, it is a linear game. It has a story. You are the main character in that story. And, you know, the story isn't particularly strong. It's nothing to write home about. So, you know, it's a game which has its flaws. It's not the perfect game, but it does so many things so well and in such an interesting way that, you know, it's as close to perfect as I can get. Now you'll see here on the map that I've so the trader gave me this quest while I was out on another quest, which I don't think you get that much of in the original. You had these times where gangs of stalkers were being attacked, but they were, you know, the same quest over and over again, and it wasn't very interesting. But this appears to be the sort of quest that you would normally pick up from the trader, but given to you without having to talk to him, which I think is useful. Makes the world feel more dynamic. And the quest is kill some zombies. Fairly classic gamey quest. I'm gonna use my shotgun and my handgun. So the zombie. Gunplay in this game really is fantastic. And you'll see how the AI react to you. You know, you kill off the majority of their friends and they run away. That's really cool. But they cannot escape my vengeance. So this is a new area. Let's explore. Torch on. I don't really like the fact that the flashlight has batteries. That seems an unnecessary bit of simulation, which I'm not particularly interested in. I don't think it makes the game harder, but you don't really need it. The game is hard enough as it is. Whoops. Whoopsie. Oh, that thunder and lightning is fantastic. Particularly with my headphones on. I hear some other creatures. Anybody home? Someone was home. Oh, I've just... Oh... No, oh, I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to do that. Oh, I feel terrible. Oh, I'm rolling his head around like a football. Come on. There we go. Kick it off the thing. There we go. Score one for me. So where are these zombies? Over here, apparently. Let's take a little look. Are they inside the tunnel? Looks fairly impassable. Maybe they're above. I've always loved that noise that the zone makes occasionally. I don't know if you heard it just now. It's kind of like a whale noise. It always gives me this sense that the zone is alive. It's sort of breathing. I think that's really great, and it harks back to the film by Andrei Tarkovsky, where Tarkovsky would use the camera and sort of have it sort of move very subtly in and out, as if the camera was alive, and as if the zone was alive and kind of breathing, inhaling and exhaling. And that was a really cool technique. Probably wouldn't pick up on it on a first watch, but if you've watched it a few times and sort of given it some thought, you would. And it's a really cool technique. And I doubt the developers were thinking about that when they put the whale noise in, but I've thought about it and I like it. This is okay. I'm getting through. I'm in. Ah. These are proper zombies. Not like the ones in the original game. In the original game you had zombies, but they could use guns. Is my aim really off? Is that a skeleton? Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Whoa! Do they require a headshot to die, or? Yeah, I've done it. Oh, that's cool. That's seriously cool. That's a really interesting quest. Zombies aren't like that in the original. They have guns for some reason. It doesn't really make much sense. I wonder. Oh! Totally. Oh, look at this stash! Oh god, I killed another corpse! Oh, they're so clumsy. I'm so clumsy. Oh boy. I think it's time to save the game. I'm not going to press quick save. Maybe I'll very quickly change the button for quick save. There we go. So, it's a good thing I quick saved. You'll notice that I mentioned the film Stalker by Andrei Tarkovsky. So to explain how that kind of ties into this, I'm going to go back to the beginning. So GSC Game World, the developers of Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl, they... Oh, it's suddenly gone very quiet. Oh, that's very effective. You don't get any... you don't get many moments of quiet in the original. This is really spooky. Oh, yep. That's cool. But have I stumbled upon a quest? Who cares? So the game has become a zombie game. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. But it's happened. I have 5 ammo for this gun. Are they fighting each other? I wonder how many headshots it takes to take these guys down. I'm sorry that I led you guys down here. I didn't mean to. I don't really know what to do about it. Well, that worked. See, they never really do that in films. They just sort of die instead of actually trying to run past them. So, let's see what's behind door number 1. This is a totally new area, by the way. This is not in the original game at all. Although it has some similarities to the first lab you find, which I think is X-18 or something. But it's not quite the same environment, which is awesome. And I like, you know, I like how I can explore it before a quest. So yes, anyway, as I was saying, let's go back to the beginning. GSC Game World announced a game called Stalker Oblivion Lost. You know, it was a while ago. I think it was back in like 2002 to 2003, and it was a science fiction-y type game. I think there were aliens and stuff in it. And then at some point in the game's development, the game changed, and they started to be inspired by their own environment where they lived and worked, which is in Ukraine, and is near to the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. And so they started to incorporate that into the game and into the lore, and the game, you know, changed over time. And what they did with the lore, I think, is really interesting, because they took the book Roadside Picnic by Arkady and Boris Strugatsky, which was in turn the inspiration for the Andrei Tarkovsky film Stalker in 1979. They took those two things, which are very different in many ways. Stalker, the film, is a Tarkovsky drama. It's heavy going. It's not much of a science fiction film. All of the key science fiction-y elements from the book are removed, except for the existence of the zone. It's an existential, philosophical road trip where 3 guys go to the zone to go to a place called the Wish Granter, led by a stalker. And they don't go in at the end. They decide not to go in, and then they go home. And that's the entire film. You know, but it's aesthetically incredible and visually very, very interesting, and also well acted, well directed, and it's a very interesting, atmospheric, and unique film. And the developers of this game took some of the aesthetics of that film. Those aesthetics being a very naturalistic environment with these kind of rundown, abandoned, man-made structures within it. They took that kind of aesthetic and they transplanted it into the Chernobyl zone of alienation. And what's very interesting about that is that lots of people see Stalker, the film, as being a very prophetic film. A film which, in a lot of ways, foreshadowed the Chernobyl disaster. And you can see that in some of the shots and some of the scenes of the film, particularly in one of the last shots, where Stalker, his wife and daughter is on his back, are walking past a nuclear power station, and there's definitely a watching it back, knowing what we know now. It's really interesting to watch. And so what they've done is they've merged fact and fiction in a way which is really interesting. You can get over here. Because after the Chernobyl disaster, the scientists who were sent in to clean up the Chernobyl meltdown, they called themselves Stalkers after the film. And they also named the 3-kilometer exclusion zone the Zone after the film and the books and the book. And so the developers, interestingly, have taken what was fiction, merged it with what is fact, i.e. the fact that the area around Chernobyl is known as the Zone, and then incorporated their own fiction into it. Their own fiction being that, what if Chernobyl had another meltdown? And then it started to become like the Zone in the film, or the book. And I think that's really interesting. I think that's a really interesting way to make a game. Completely unique, I think, that kind of fact meets fiction meets fact meets fiction again. It's really cool. So that was a slightly dead end. I got out of there because I wasn't sure where I was supposed to go. So instead of doing that, I'm going to head over to the Sin House and finish this quest. And then that will probably be it for the Let's Play. But I'm going to finish my discussion about Stalker and Roadside Picnic. I am a treasure trove of pointless facts about Stalker, because I've read quite a lot about it. I don't know, the stamina regeneration seems tied to food, but also standing still. And it seems to go down quite fast. What is this? Special vodka. I need water. That's a new element in this game. You don't need to drink in the original, except for vodka when you have been poisoned by radiation. Okay, here we are at the Sin House. Quick save. Quick save doesn't work. Here we go. Evening, chaps. Here's what you wanted. Sid gives his sincerest greetings and wanted you to know it's useless to him anyways. If he thinks we got teary-eyed over a sarcastic quip, then he's got another thing coming. That bunker door of his isn't impenetrable. Now take that stalker out of here and don't come back unless you like the taste of lead. Okay, got it. Fox. Hey, thanks for dealing with those Sin guys. Real ugly bastards. I've seen worse before, I think. Anyways, the name is Fox. I'm the mechanic around these parts. If you need anything repaired or fine-tuned, such as suits and weapons, I can do it for a price. Though I'll be sure to give you a nice discount after what you've done for me. Okay, thanks, sounds good. Should we get the heck out of here? Yep, let's go. It was your lucky day, Fox. Okay, marked one. Listen, I found out some more info about the S.T.A.L.K.E.R character, so you have a choice. I'm waiting for you here in my hole, but if you're too lazy to return back to me and get your reward, you can... Oh, I didn't read the whole thing. Apologies. Can you re-show dialogue? Well, I need to go back to Sidorovich and get my reward anyway. But I wonder what he was gonna... Oh! What a beautiful game. View distance seems improved. There's a lot more trees. In the original, the trees... Oh, what's going on? Oh, they're opening fire on me. It's because I shouldn't be on this side of the railroad tracks. It's such an oppressive game, right? This is new. That's quite funny. I like that. I like that a lot. So the helicopter seems to be quite an oppressive feature. He seems to appear quite a lot. Which again adds another element to the game. Yeah, so in the original, the trees... There aren't this many trees in the original. Which is cool. I love trees. And these are some pretty good looking trees, I have to say. So... let's get out of here. Coming up to the end of my Let's Play, but I think I should try and get back to Sidorovich before we stop. I hope you've enjoyed listening to me ramble on about Stalker. Stalker the film is one of my favourite films, and Stalker the game is one of my favourite games. As you can tell, you know, these are very important cultural artifacts in my life, and I hope you enjoy them too. That's probably a doggy. As the Let's Play continues, I will probably continue to bore you with pointless fun. Whoa! Oh, he's not dying. Oh boy, oh boy. Could this be the end? Okay, looks like I managed to fight them off. Whew. Ah, you guys don't know how stressful that was. Yeah, as the Let's Play continues, I will probably continue to bore you with pointless facts about Stalker the film, because I've read, I recently read, well, not that recently, but I don't know if anyone knows about this, but an English journalist called Jeff Dyer released a book, maybe 2012, 2013, called Zona, a book about a film about a journey to a room. I think that's what it's called. Which is a fantastic book. I heartily recommend that you all read it because it's really good. It's a blow-by-blow exploration of the Tarkovsky film, at the same time as being a sort of personal treatise on why it's his favourite film of all time, as well as being an exploration of the making of that film, as well as being a analysis of that film. And it's also a lot of other things in between. It's filled with personal anecdotes, very funny asides, very interesting analysis of the film, and it's a great way to learn more about it, and to learn more about the making of that film.
Back on.
I say fuck, so what now? Hey, good job with that. He came by to say hi, and I didn't even see a hole in his body. No big deal. So have you found out anything about this? I can't decide on a voice for Mark's one. No big deal. So have you found anything about this S.T.A.L.K.E.R character? Yeah, that'll
There
do.
is a stalker out there that goes by that name. Some say he's found a passage to the north of the zone. I'd like to find out how he got there myself. It's in an unexplored area, probably filled with many artifacts. The other traders and I will help you find him. And then maybe you'll discover the hidden pathway too. This will be good for all of us. You will kill S.T.A.L.K.E.R, while we will open up the way to the north. Personally, I don't think you'll find him, but there is a chance you'll succeed where most have failed. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Cool. So, I'm gonna buy some batteries. They seem important. That's the end of my Let's Play. I hope you've enjoyed. I will return to the game as soon as possible. And I will see you next time. Until then, bye-bye. For some reason the recording won't stop.